The Rock talk about Nick Khan. Backy lunch return. Brandi Rhodes angry. Nikita and Brekar coming to main roster.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sohaib and you're watching Wrestling Fact.
First update: Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has spoken to Nick Khan about purchasing WWE. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has spoken to Nick Khan about purchasing WWE, but isn't confident that the role is for him. The Brahma Bull is no stranger to being a business owner, as he runs his movie studio 7 Bucks Productions, and is the owner of the XFL. Johnson also has his award-winning tequila label Teremana Tequila. During an interview with BNN Bloomberg as part of a promotional tour for Black Adam, Johnson said owning WWE is something that has come up. "Nick and I have talked about that, and we always enjoy that over a bottle of Teremana. I love the wrestling business. I grew up in it. My dad started here in Canada, where I was born. So, I'm not quite too sure if a board seat is in my future, but possibly other things are in my future, for sure." Johnson also had some advice for WWE should the company's higher-ups consider a possible buyer. "Nick and I have talked about that, and we always enjoy that over a bottle of Teremana. I love the wrestling business. I grew up in it. My dad started here in Canada, where I was born. So, I'm not quite too sure if a board seat is in my future, but possibly other things are in my future, for sure. Nick and I have talked about that. And we always enjoy that over a bottle of Teremana. I love the wrestling business. I grew up in it. My dad started here in Canada, where I was born. So, I'm not quite too sure if a board seat is in my future, but possibly other things are in my future, for sure." Second update: Becky Lynch is nowhere close to a WWE return. Becky Lynch has been sidelined for the last couple of months, and it looks like fans will be waiting a bit longer for her to make a return. There had been a rumor of Lynch potentially being back by the end of September after she stated she had hoped to be back in a few months. Fightful Select reports they were told that the company had yet to follow up with Lynch about a possible return at that point, and she was never slated for a September return. WWE hoped that Lynch would be able to avoid surgery and would return in a few months with rehab. Lynch was backstage at Raw last week, but as of early September, her doctors and physical therapists had thought it would be at least a couple of months before she could return. As of this writing, there's no definitive timetable for her return. Those in WWE Creative said they were hopeful to have Lynch back by the end of the year, but that wasn't guaranteed, and was more being optimistic in the hope that she wouldn't have surgery. The top star suffered a separated shoulder injury at SummerSlam in July. While away from WWE, Lynch has changed her look, which you can see here. Third update: Brandi Rhodes blasts fan WHO never wants to see her wrestle again. Brandi Rhodes became one of the most polarizing figures in pro wrestling in recent memory for a variety of reasons in AEW. Whenever she showed up on AEW television, fans simply wanted her gone. Rhodes served as the chief brand officer of AEW on top of being an in-ring performer. She and Cody Rhodes eventually left AEW back in February. For a long time now, fans have been wondering whether she will return to WWE and compete in matches. A fan took to Twitter and made it clear that he never wants to see Rhodes wrestle again. Brandi Rhodes saw the tweet and decided to blast the fan. "You wouldn't feel that way if I wasn't married to Cody Rhodes and you didn't feel like I earned it. Even though you have no clue how hard I've worked to have people like you try and discredit from whatever place of lazy misery you reside. I'm gonna win regardless. When you become a mom, the world tries its best to make you less capable, less valuable and less worthy of your dreams. F the world." Brandi Rhodes is certainly serious about competing again. Perhaps she'll be back in WWE once Cody Rhodes returns from injury. We'll have to see when she will be back. What's your take on Brandi Rhodes' pro wrestling return? Sound off in the comments. Fourth update. Wasn't our decision. WWE legend hints that Nikita Lyons and current champion could be main roster bound. NXT superstar Nikita Lyons cemented her position in the developmental brand within months of joining. Much like Lyons, NXT champion Bron Breakker is also one of those stars who didn't take much time to make it to the top of the business. WWE legend Shawn Michaels recently sat down for an interview on Corey Graves' After the Bell podcast. When asked if stars like Lyons and Breakker will join the main roster, HBK hinted that the two might make their appearances on the main roster in the near future. Shawn added that he has had discussions about the same with WWE's creative head, Triple H. Absolutely. And again, there certainly is. There's going to continue to be, Michaels said. Look, I text Hunter every day anyway. So we talk on a regular basis anyway. I might as well throw in, how about some NXT people? How about some of your people down here? I say that jokingly, but as you know, these are all things that we wanted to do before. But it wasn't our decision. It's something that we've always talked about, said Shawn Michaels. Booker T said that he wants to push Nikita Lyons to the next level. WWE Hall of Famer Booker T recently said that he would like to see Nikita Lyons on top. Speaking on the Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T spoke highly of the 23-year-old and added that he would push her to the next level. He also stated that Lyons is a brick house. Nikita Lyons is what we used to call back in the day a brick house, said Booker T. You can huff and puff, but you ain't about to blow this house down. I'm serious, Nikita Lyons definitely. I'm looking forward to being there and pushing her to that next level. It will be interesting to see if Nikita and Bron are elevated to the main roster anytime soon. So this was the video. If you guys like the video, do subscribe, press the bell icon, comment below your thought. Thanks for watching. See you guys in my next video.